Mama Jankewali was determined to expose Kabul to all forms of tactics just to resist Fuller's invasion.
A large swath of land lie uncultivated, abandoned completely by the residents of this settlement. This is Kansala, the imperial capital of Kabul. So what has happened to this great capital? Tombong Sane, the man who claims to be a relation to the legendary Jankewali, said more than 200 years after the total annihilation of Kabul, Kansala is still awash with forces of the underworld. Forces that Jankewali has used to expand his kingdom, and most significantly, they were the forces that probably brought him to power and ultimately witnessed his dramatic fall from power.
Afaya Jankewali kensende.
Jankewali was not an ordinary man. But not only Jankewali. Anybody who is to be installed in Kabul, they were actually attached to something spiritually. Jankewali was connected to spirits. Wherever he goes for war, the spirit will fight for him. That is why the genes of the spirit help him to explode the armory.
Side by side with the socio-historical fact-finders, Tombong Sane explained the various conspiracy theories that made the rounds in Kansala during Jankewali's reign. To back up his arguments, a shrine that was reportedly used by Jankewali's soldiers was cited as a classic example of the forces that virtually controlled everything that had to do with Jankewali and the kingdom of Kabul. In this stone, Tombong Sane narrated, the soldiers preparing to go to war will know about their fate. But how?
This is the white stone. The 5 clans. It belongs to the 5 clans here. Why it belongs to those 5 clans? At that time, Sonko, Sanyang, Manjang, Jambang, Konjira, they own this particular white stone. When they are going for war, this is where they sharpen their swords. And this particular hole you are seeing in the middle, this is where they pour the milk. The others hole in the corner there, normally the palm wine is normally poured there. This other one beside the main hole, this is where they pour the human blood. When they are going for war, they will come one by one. Whoever sharpened the sword, if actually see that particular white milk turned into black, they will actually ask the person to stay, because if the person goes, he will die. Whoever sharpened the knife and it is not changed, the color doesn't change, which means you will come back here safe. And whatever they say here, that's what they are going to do. And this was normally brought by the spirits or genes.
It was a time when Islam had not taken roots in this area and to the people. Combat operations were always based on 2 fronts: military might and spiritual capabilities. The raging controversy as regard the circumstances that led to the total annihilation of Kansala and the subsequent death of Jankewali loom large in the minds of today's generation of Kabunkers and the descendants of the Fullers of Futotoro. Different accounts from both sides of the divide have conflicting stories as regard the final moments of Jankewali when the end was inevitable. This version maintained that Jankewali disappeared, and Tombong Sane went on to say that no one can precisely say where Jankewali was buried.
Jankewali, but generation to generation will come, nobody will be able to identify the grave or the tomb of Jankewali. When the war was about to come, he called his Grts
Jalwali Jebate.
Jaliwali Jebati.
Alamuso Kumba Sambang.
His wife Kumba Sambang.
Akwe Alnasi.
He convened a meeting.
Whenever
the Futa people identify my grave,
Futa
will end up ruling this world. From their shrine, that is Jalam Bantang, between the shrine and his palace, Jankewali, Jalwali Jebate, Kumba Sambang, they disappeared completely. Nobody could identify the tomb of the wife, the Jali, and Jankewali himself.
The view from Sefo Charnambala of Kanjufa is different. According to him, he was told by his parents that when the Fuller army attempted to capture Jankewali Sani, he rushed to his gun stores and set it ablaze.
Okay. Okay.
Aido baldi ko ni way dewi kambe tan sebbe jogi dere to few wala gol ni fewta e baldi heni.
Okay. Now he said the thing is the Mandinka kings, the Mandinka and his people were invading the Fullers all the time, seizing their cattle, their wealth and whatsoever they have. And when we come to the side of bedding, they said only the kings, that is the Mandinkas, should lie comfortably on the bed. But for the Fullers, they have to lay across the bed. Okay, that was one of the greatest reasons why the Fullers attacked them. But for them, anybody who is to be appointed a king here or a chief, if you are to be governor at Gabo, will not come back here to Kanjufa. You'll have to go to Tabajang. Okay. Okay, Tabajang is in the Gabo region. You'll have to go to Tabajang. From there, you go to Kambana. You go to Wonango. You pay respect to the Bani Malaki tree, the lucky tree. Then you come here and sit on your throne. Here in Gabo here.
Alpha Bakari Gidali.
It's Alpha Bakari Gidali.
Alpha Mama Pare.
And Alpha Mama Pare. They were the ones who fought the Mandinkas here. That's why since then it's the Fullers who have been ruling this area. That's how it has been.
He was the 12th and last ruler of Cabo, yet Jankewale Sani's reign was characterized by war and violence, demonstrating once again the military might upon which Cabo was built. And when the end was near, the invading Fuller army fought with Jankewale's forces and ultimately destroyed